Do you ever wonder why we live in a world overcome by mental illness such as anxiety, paranoia, and depression? Recently, I began to develop a conviction that mental illness is the result of prolonged spiritual neglect. At one point in my life, I lived in isolation, distancing myself from people, having no faith in God, living only to please myself. I started to quickly develop anxiety, paranoia, and obsessive thoughts. But I wanted to share a scripture with you today that really changed my life. Romans chapter 12, verse 1 to 2 says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." The writer here urges us to live sacrificial lives, no longer laying our lives down for ourselves, which is a pattern of the world, but to sacrifice and lay down our lives for God and others. We can renew our minds by reading the Bible daily and letting it teach us how to live rather than relying on how we think we should live. When I relied on my own understanding on how to live, it led me to anxiety. When I didn't trust in God for protection, it led me to paranoia. When I felt guilty and ashamed, it led to obsessive thoughts. Mental illness had such a grip on me that I started taking medication over 10 years ago. While medication helped me to cope, it did not get to the root of my struggles and help me to heal. But by reading the Bible daily and applying it to my life, I have been able to taper off medication by 75% as of today, hoping to be medication free by the end of the year. If someone you know has battled mental illness, your journey to overcoming begins with your faith. To God be the glory.